What's up, my lovely bushes? Welcome back to another Jump Force video. Today we're breaking down Renji and Aizen, the two Bleach characters that were not available in any of the betas. We're gonna look at all of their abilities, and then we're gonna analyze a couple of matches played with these characters. All the footage that you see in this video was brought to you by Rephaser. Rephaser is a German YouTuber who went to Bandai Namco to capture the final build of the game and bring back some footage. Rephaser then sent me said footage because he is a nice guy. So if you speak German, make sure to check out his channel. He's got some more videos, breakdowns, and Jump Force content. But let's get right down to business, starting with Renji here. His first ability is Zabimaru, and if you're a Bleach fan, you know that's the name of his sword. The description is pretty simple. You attack to cause damage. You hold R2 for additional attacks, and this can also be used in the air. Now, it is very important to hold that R2 button for additional attacks, otherwise it is kind of a waste of meter. Of course, if you miss an attack, you will recover faster if you don't hold the button, but for most situations that you'll find in a real match, you will want to hold that attack button. First of all, this ability's got some great range, so even if the opponent backstabs, there's a good chance you'll still catch them. The only instance where you wouldn't really want to hold down the R2 button is if the opponent sidesteps and gets behind you. In that case, yeah, probably let go to try to recover a bit faster before you get punished. But this ability is also super easy to put into a combo. So more often than not, you will be holding down that button because you will be hitting your opponent. Plus, if you hold down the R2 button, this is the last attack that this move has. Yeah, it pulls in the opponent closer, which makes it super easy to call an assist and extend the combo from there, meaning Renji is gonna work great with a lot of different assists. Because look at this, he pretty much just sets the opponent up for the assist to extend. On the other hand, his own assist doesn't seem that great. This is also the attack that he uses from the assist position, but it's the non-charged version, so it will kind of blow the opponent away, and it doesn't hold the opponent in place for a very long time, meaning only specific characters are actually gonna work with Renji here. Our next special attack is the Snake Fang Red Gun. Once again, the description is very simplistic. Attack to cause damage, hold R2 for additional attacks. I'ma call this one the spinny move. If it connects, it triggers a cinematic attack, but at the end of the cinematic attack, Renji will also fall at the same time as your opponent. It doesn't take damage, but this is certainly a combo ender because Renji is not getting up in time to do anything else. Finally, the last special move we have is the Baboon Bone Crusher. Once again, the description doesn't help us much. Attack to cause damage, hold R2 to charge. With this attack, Renji will charge forward and punch the opponent with his Bankai, which if you're not a Bleach fan, it's like an awakening for your sword. Unfortunately, the sword does not stay in its Bankai state. It does not change Renji's moveset or anything of the sort, and neither does his awakening. Now, his awakening technique also activates the Bankai. It's called the Snake Fang Cannon, and it's a pretty standard ultimate. It's got a very fast activation, it's easy to combo into, and then there's this big cinematic attack that plays. But after the attack ends, there's no leftover effect. Renji does not change his moveset in any shape or form. So we're gonna move on to Aizen next, and Aizen has perhaps one of the most interesting movesets in this entire game. His abilities are very different. The first one, though, is not an example. It's kind of a generic projectile. It's the Fiery Lightning Howl. It is a projectile that you can charge, and it can also be fired in the air. It does have a bigger range than it appears. It looks like it has a pretty short range, but it does reach further than it initially looks like. Still, it's not an amazing range for a projectile. But hey, you can use it in the air, and it is pretty fast if you don't charge it. This is also Aizen's assist, which is not bad at all, actually. But then we get to some more interesting stuff. The Black Coffin. Let's talk about it. This is probably one of the most unique abilities in the entire Jump Force game. Also, probably one of the most useless, but boy, is it gonna be fun to humiliate people with this one. Alright, so first, you need 3 bars to activate this ability, and Aizen will start summoning the Black Coffin. It doesn't summon it instantly, it just creates this aura that slowly drains your opponent's health. You can see the opponent there slowly taking damage as long as he stands in this area, and it is a very big area. Now, this damage does not kill. If your opponent only has 1 pixel of health left, you cannot use this to kill an opponent, but if you charge it for long enough, that's a lot of damage. Now, the reason why this is a unique ability is because this is a 10-second long charge. It is crazy long, and you can get interrupted. If you get hit, it will interrupt the charge, which means this is gonna be crazy hard to land. I mean, just think about it. 10 seconds in a fast-paced game like this, it's plenty to interrupt this attack. So if you're gonna land this attack on someone, yeah, that's gonna be pretty humiliating. Now, you do need the 3 bars to activate this, but you don't spend the 3 bars right away. You will only spend 1 bar once you activate this ability, and you will spend the other 2 over time. Your meter will slowly tick down, so if you interrupt it, the ability won't be too expensive. You can use this to poke some damage here and there, because once again, it does hit on a very, very wide area. And perhaps the next ability can help you land this one. It's called Airtight. It summons a huge barrier in front of you that will knock your opponent out when he touches it. It deals neglectable damage if the opponent touches it. It does deal damage, but it's really not a lot. The big thing is the opponent cannot get past it. The barrier is really big. It lasts for about 5 seconds, and again, enemies cannot get across from it, which makes this probably the best defensive ability in the entire game. Finally, we have his ultimate, the 5 Dragon Destruction, which is once again a very standard ultimate, fast activation, easy to combo into, and there's this big animation that plays out if you do land the attack. And now that we've seen their abilities, we're gonna watch a match using Renji and Aizen, and also Ryo Saeba is there, but he doesn't fight too much in these two fights. This is again footage from Rephaser, who was checking out the abilities, so he's not going full try hard against the CPU. He's literally doing God's work by labbing these abilities before the game's launch, which is not far, by the way. This is the Zabimaru attack, not charged, as you can see. Not a great attack for follow-ups. The Goku could have just blocked the follow-ups there. And this is the charge attack, and as you can see, it has amazing range if the opponent is in front of you. So if the opponent is in front of you, definitely hold down the R2 button to extend this attack. If the opponent sidestep and gets behind you, that's when you don't want to hold it for the full duration. Spinning attack, it's got very good range. It hits all around Renji. There's Aizen's assist, by the way. It doesn't reach too far, but it's good for extensions. Bankai missed there. The baboon charge did not land. Easy block. And here's Renji's auto combo into some strong attacks. I think his attacks look really, really cool, actually. And there's the spinny attack. It hits this time, so we're gonna go into the cinematic attack. And this, you have not mastered this Haro yet, because Renji also falls at the end of it. As you can see, that actually landed. That assist actually landed. That attack is deceptive. It doesn't look like it has a lot of range, but it does. Easy block on that awakening. Could not combo into the baboon. I'm guessing it will be possible based on how fast it comes off. Rephaser did not pull it off here. And I'm guessing it just needs like a better placement at the end of it. That actually landed. That projectile, it was not the charged up version, so it didn't deal too much damage. And there's that big barrier. 5 seconds of barrier. You cannot get through this. I mean, you can go around it, I guess. But it is something. The Rasengan armor is going to power through those auto attacks. And here it is, the Black Coffin. Look at that damage slowly ticking. Now, Naruto actually broke that with some rush attacks. Later in this video, we're going to see some rush attacks not breaking this, which is interesting. It's like, not any attack will break it, but also most attacks will. Ryo Saeba joins, shoots Goku a bunch. I don't know why that's funny. Team Awakening into Bankai, So Zabimaru. That is one of the hottest animations for an ultimate attack in this game. I wish he would keep his Bankai and his moveset would change. Sort of like the Sage of Six Paths Naruto. I just think that would be interesting. And that's the fully charged Zabimaru attack, which ends perfectly for an assist extension. Rephaser did not try that out. Obviously didn't have a lot of time, because that's how these events go. You just don't have a lot of time to do that. But we're going to finish it with a baboon charge. Let's move on to a second match. There was a lot of Renji in this match. We're going to see a lot more Aizen in this one. It's the same team, so this was just a rematch. Which means... perfect counter. Which means we're going to just do one final check here with Renji. And switch right over to Aizen. Black Coffin. Just checking it out. I love this auto combo so much. The way Aizen just vanishes into nothing and appears right behind you, it's so good. Denied the Naruto assist, and Luffy's actually getting hit. He's trying to get past the barrier and not actually landing it. Hawk Gatling is gonna hit you. Ryo Saeba assist was used though, and those missiles stay active throughout cinematic attacks. So that's something you gotta keep in mind if you're playing against Ryo Saiba, whether the active character or the assist. If you see those missiles coming off and you land the cinematic attack, you're gonna need to block afterwards. And that's very, very interesting. Interrupting the Black Coffin just to see like what its effects are if you don't fully charge it. But we're gonna see a fully charged Black Coffin in here. But not before we see the 5 Dragon Destruction. Very, very easy to combo into like most ultimates in this game. Go down, Luffy. That's a lot of damage. It's very good damage for an ultimate. And as you can see, Aizen just powered through. He just armored through one of Luffy's attacks. So, it armors through some, but not all. Now, Luffy is not dying to the Black Coffin. So the Black Coffin's damage while in this aura cannot kill. It can kill if you fully charge it for 10 seconds, like this. But the slowly ticking down damage that that aura causes, that does not kill. Here are some missiles. Here's a barrier. The barrier should help you land that Black Coffin for sure. The barrier just went down as Luffy was charging. There's a big auto combo. Now we're gonna put... Oh, the Awakening. We're gonna put a marker right there on Luffy's health. Now, Ryo Saiba's assist did hit him. So this is the damage from the Black Coffin plus the Ryo Saiba assist. And look at that! That is ridiculous. That is 10 seconds of charging up an attack, literally. It is still ridiculous. And now it's up to Rephaser to decide how to finish this fight. He's gonna finish it by getting punched in the face, and a few sword attacks should seal the deal. And that's it for this breakdown, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Are we all ready for the Jump Force launch? I know I am. I'll be streaming it all day tomorrow on twitch.tv/Globku. It's a long live stream, so I've chosen to do it on Twitch. I'm gonna be marathoning through story mode, so if you're interested in watching that, make sure to tune in. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.